Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the second episode of the Let's Play subreddit official podcast. Today I'm being joined by Born Losers Gaming, both of them.
Hello.
Hi.
Was that good? Did we nail it?
Nice intro.
Alright, we're starting over. Okay, so I'm joined by Radical Retcon, Retro Trigger, and I had to kick the losers out of this podcast because they failed at me. Okay.
Are we getting still paid? Are we still getting paid?
Right?
Well, you know...
No, you're getting paid in gum. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of lied about that one. And the gum may have been chewed. Sorry.
Oh.
It's okay. It was lovingly chewed.
Ew.
I appreciate that.
Okay. That's gross. Why did I say that?
Everybody's
All right.
gone. They're all gone.
Everyone left.
Audience gone from the get-go. All right. This way nobody can yell at me for anything I say for the rest of this podcast. We're good. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
You guys can go
Wonderbot,
home and
what
just
the
random for a
What
while.
are you doing?
Okay.
Okay. So, we might as well start with the losers, seeing as they're the topic of my roasting. Do you guys want to talk about your channel for a second?
Sure. I'm Ian.
I'm Brandon.
We're Born Losers
Losers
Gaming.
Gaming.
That's what we do. That's our
do that,
thing.
yeah, a
We're
lot.
both Aries.
my
So this is
gosh,
that.
we are.
I know. Oh my god. We're adorable. I'm just letting you know that. Did we say our names?
We did.
I'm Ian.
I'm Brandon.
You know that already.
Yeah.
We play video games.
like Nintendo games.
and Nintendo games.
Right.
Right. Good. Okay.
God, that sounded
Did we do it?
rehearsed and terrifying. You guys are like...
You guys
Okay,
should do
you-
infomercials, but not
Yeah.
infomercials.
like the creepy ones where you're like not actually advertising the product. It's more of like a SNL type skit. Actually,
But they're completely serious about it too. They really want to sell something to you.
Yeah.
do you guys know like fantasy creatures, right?
No.
Much?
Oh.
All right.
Fantasy
So there's a specific fantasy creature that has two heads. It looks like an ogre, whatever you want to. It looks like Shrek, but it's got two heads
Dang.
effectively, and it's
Oh,
scary.
We look
looking.
like Shrek.
Is that like us?
We're Shrek.
Are we Shrek?
We have onions layers.
Oh wait, what?
We have layers.
Onion
Yep,
layers.
yeah.
Yes.
This
Ogres.
is beautiful.
Have layers.
Oh.
Jesus.
Terrifying
Have you never
talking
watched
around you,
Shrek?
too.
You
All
guys
right.
go on with your bad selves.
Okay, Josh, you might as well talk about yourself, seeing as
Alright. Hey guys, my name's Retro, and I do, videos, Let's Play videos. You probably will know me from the subreddit more for my, Wind Waker voice acted series. I started that, last summer, and made 2 episodes, and haven't really, progressed with it.
that was you. I
That
knew I
was me.
recognized your name, but I could not remember
Real
for what.
professional Wander.
You know what?
Oh, dude, I don't blame you. That was a while ago.
I
I feel so bad about it just because there's a lot of interest and so many people sending their auditions for it. But just school got the better of me, and I really couldn't keep up with it.
Okay.
I gotta say,
I'm
Retro,
gonna,
that was...
I'm gonna have to add that as a topic.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, god damn it, no.
I'm gonna have to ask you about that one.
Alright.
That was a lot more official than ours. You really got that.
Wow. Thank you, I kind of stumbled over my words there.
That's fine.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
And then the last person that we've been shutting out with this conversation is Bryce Leonard, aka Radical Retcon.
Hey guys, what's going on? I run the channel Radical Recon. I do a lot of everything, pretty much shooters, RPGs, and I fail at most of them. So I would not recommend watching it, but if you want to, that's fine. You know, I be
won't.
real, whatever. People are gonna flame me anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
No, don't put
Happens all
yourself
the time.
down, man.
Hey,
you
well,
should
you know,
probably
if you
put yourself
can't
down.
if you can't laugh at yourself, then you really
That's
should
not
know
laughing
people.
at yourself. That's like putting the gun in your mouth.
Listen,
dude.
if I am
Ouch,
the
that's
person who's
dark.
the most critical of my
sorry.
work, then no one can hurt me, right?
Whoa.
Yes,
like,
I-
If
Can I ask
I'm
you a
telling
question?
myself that I'm terrible, then when someone else tells me I should kill myself, then it won't really have an effect.
I'm sad
There you
now.
go. That's the way you should think about these things.
So there
Can I
we
ask
well
a question?
people that have called themselves born losers agree with me.
Yes.
So
You're
I mean,
welcome.
You know, thank
Can
you.
I ask you a question? It's a very important one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you classify your channel as radical?
Yes. Also,
uh,
dude, if you're asking me where the name came from, I don't know.
Brandon, would you classify me as retro?
No.
I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
picking from the low-hanging fruit. I'm just like grabbing everything.
All of it right
Good
now.
one.
Beautiful.
No, it's because I had an older channel and it sucked. and so I made a new one, and that was what the retcon was.
Yeah, I wanted to
Oh,
ask
I like
about
that.
that actually. That's
And
clever.
radical
Nice.
was because it's alliteration. It sounds good, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
It works.
Rolls off the tongue.
It's very memorable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
'Cause
really rolls off the
nobody's
tongue.
gonna remember losers.
Hey,
Yeah,
You'll be
obviously.
like,
Oh.
man, those guys were losers.
Oh.
What was their channel name again?
I don't know.
You
know
know, it was like
what?
a sandwich, I think.
Yeah.
Yell
Sandwich.
something.
Yo, Wander, you can't fire us. We
Corn,
quit.
lettuce, and tomatoes.
Something
Shut
like
up,
that.
man.
Hey.
This
far as I
podcast was
remember-
about something, wasn't it?
Was it
Yeah,
like
I already
Born
kicked
Losers
you guys
Grandmas
off.
or something?
All right.
Grandmas.
So,
God.
just as an aside before we get into things, I did want to mention this. I think I mentioned this to you a while back, Retcon, that you were the first person I ever subscribed to on YouTube.
Really?
Really?
Oh my
Whoa.
Yes.
god. Holy
Damn.
shit.
Like years
That's-
ago, I was like, I should get into Let's Play. Let's see what this is about. And I was on the subreddit, and you made one post, and I was like, oh man, this guy seems cool. And you were
I'm
playing.
sorry.
You were playing. Oh shoot! Actually, I have no idea what you were playing at the time. I was just watching your Ratchet and Clank
Video
series.
games.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
That was my first ever series on that channel, so or on this
Yeah.
channel, so it's
I don't know.
pretty
That was just
shoddy
kind
by
of a random
comparison,
aside.
really.
Well,
Now,
damn.
this is gonna slowly segue into the topic. So I remember as part of this, you'd said something about like you had like a difference of opinion with the our Let's Play subreddit a while back. Like, shoot, I guess this is probably more than a year ago, so you probably don't remember. But you've also been around for like twice as long as the rest of us.
Who,
So
me?
yeah, like
Yeah, I've been subbed to the subreddit since I had 500 subs.
wow,
Yeah, nice.
That was
Yeah,
on
we're-
my first channel, which was probably 4 years ago. About.
wow.
Whew.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, no,
Wasn't even on Reddit.
I actually unsubbed from the subreddit, and then I subbed back to them like 3 months ago. But I unsubbed for a long time because I was tired of the negativity that was really, really rampant for a while. I don't like to take things personally, like when I see negativity in comments, but when you have a full page of negative stuff, it kind of gets to me. So instead
Yeah.
of getting angry and like commenting on them and then having people like hate me or whatever, I kind of just like left. And then I came back because there are people I like on the subreddit. So I wanted to, see what was up.
So, in that case, were you there for the like Markiplier shitfest, or were you done by that point?
Jeez, I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not. I don't remember it specifically.
For frame of reference for anybody watching this and you guys, so Markiplier actually got his start in Let's Play.
Really?
Our
Really?
subreddit. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
He actually credits a large amount of his success, his early success, to what he learned from the subreddit and an amount of luck. But he actually was like taking a huge amount of advice from Northern Lion, I believe it was, and a couple other guys. And
That's awesome.
So he ballooned like crazy, and then kind of detached from the subreddit for a while because let's be honest, after 100, 200 subs, you really don't need that place anymore.
Yeah,
It's
as far as
also
I
that
mean-
you don't want to. That subreddit's a great. I love our Let's Play, but it's a great place to get a foundation and to get like initial advice. But if you stay in there too long, you kind of start getting negative against everybody else in there. That's what I
Yeah,
noticed.
see,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. Exactly.
That's unfortunately kind of what happened because he came back for an AMA and people just ripped him to shreds. It was not
Really?
pretty. Yeah, if
Oh,
you go back,
fuck.
it's one of the top posts on our Let's Play of like all time. And I didn't know about this until like a couple months after I was a moderator, like became one, and I was just like, oh no.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it's-
Oh, jeez.
Well, it's interesting because you have a lot of people that I guess feel like since they were on the subreddit when Markiplier was there, they kind of feel like he owes them.
Yeah.
I think you get a
Well,
lot of
that's,
people that are like that.
It's unfortunate that people have that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I can understand it to a small degree that like, you've been putting your nose to the grindstone for ages and you don't see a whole lot of like results, I guess.
Progress.
Yeah.
And so then you see
Progress.
somebody like Markiplier who to a lot of people is effectively a PewDiePie clone with a better voice.
Oh, man. How many people are we pissing off with that?
I don't know. You know what? I
What?
don't think I care that
shit.
much.
Podcast
Sorry,
is
I
over.
guess. Yeah. But like, I think a lot of people see other people's success as an affront to their own, their own successes or like their own existence.
Well, that's because we're all content creators here. So when you see someone else being more successful than you, you're always gonna have a small like amount of bitterness towards them. They could be like one of your friends who are on the subreddit, like someone you follow all the time and someone you talk to. And if they do a little better than you, I mean, you're still gonna be friends, but you're also just gonna be a little bitter because like, well, what do they do better than me?
Yeah,
And
I'm 100% guilty of that, actually. And I won't name names, but there's someone, I don't know if they ever posted the subreddit, but they posted to old group I was part of, and they kind of ballooned in subs. And I was like, really? Like, come on. And then I don't know, I got really negative about their channel for a while, and I don't know why. And, like, obviously I shouldn't have done that. Like, that was shitty of me to do, but I don't know. I think it's something you kind of have to grow past as someone who creates content.
I don't.
You know?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being bitter, like on your own. Like maybe bitter's not the right word, but it's just kind of like a sense of competition. And if you don't let that get in the way of your friendship and how you view people, it's totally fine because it helps you better yourself and better your content.
I think it depends on the person, because like I have friends who are like growing rapidly right now, and most of all, I just feel happy for them. Like, oh shit, they're getting to a point where they want to be. So to me, I just feel really happy for these people because I try to strive to be as not negative as I could be as a person,
Yeah.
So like I try not to hold resentment or bitterness. I do what you were just saying. I do try and learn. Like if somebody else is growing faster than I am, I try and think, okay, what are they doing? How could I maybe try and better myself to match these results?
Exactly. I think one of the biggest pieces of advice I guess I could give is that a lot of people when they're doing YouTube and they're first starting out, they change up what they're doing so much because they're still trying to figure out what they're doing, and that's totally fine. But I think that if you do it too much, you don't see anything through. And that's what happened to me when I first started YouTube a while ago, is I wouldn't finish projects. I'd start a project, then kind of get bored of it and scrap it. And that kind of just shows that you're not willing to see anything through, no matter how crappy it might have been at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't learn unless you put out not good content. Like, I just had this revelation a couple days ago, because I want to try putting out more, like, top 10s, reviews, shit like that out. But I would write a script, I would start recording it, and I think, this isn't as good as I can make it, then I'd scrap it. But I finally realized that I need to see these things. Yeah, exactly what you're saying. I need to see these scripts through. I need to see these videos through. I need to finish them, because once they're finished, then I can learn. If I don't finish these things, I'll never learn, I'll never progress, I'll never get better. I'll just stay in this rut.
Yeah, I noticed, because I would go back to the channel before Retro Trigger, and I'd look at stuff I put up and things that I thought were good at the time, and they're just they're total crap. I mean, I'll be honest, they weren't as good as they could be. But I learned through those experiences. Like, a small example, I remember the first time I had to do a jump cut in a video, and I was, oh god, anybody familiar with Pinnacle Studios?
Yes.
No.
That is, Pinnacle Studios is like one of those packaged editing programs that comes.
Did you
with
have a Dazzle?
That.
I had a Dazzle. Yeah, that was my
Oh my gosh, that was my first capture card. Was a Dazzle.
Mine too.
Platinum.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do remember that. I hated that video editing software.
Everyone hates it.
Yeah, no, I remember getting the Dazzle. It was me and my buddy, and we were doing a Let's Play channel together. And so we got we split the Dazzle 50-50. And I remember first getting and hooking up to the TV, but I had to go to Radio Shack and buy a whole bunch of splitters just so I could get it to hook up to the TV and the computer at the same time.
Oh, I had to do the same thing. What a surprise. It was a piece of shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I recommend the Dazzle for anybody who's just starting out, because it's very cheap now. And it is. It does everything you need for when you're just starting out and you don't know what you want to do, because obviously you don't want to go out and buy an Elgato if you're just starting Let's Playing.
Yeah. How much is the Dazzle right now? Like $50?
I don't know.
50 now?
When I bought mine, I got it in 2008, and it was like 120.
I got mine.
120. Mine was 120.
I think I got mine in like 2011, and that was mine. I got that around like 90.
Wow.
I got it from a
gotta say-
Staples.
I
Me too,
used
that's
to
where I
work
got
at
mine, too.
Staples, so
Oh shit!
yeah,
No,
it's
boy.
Give us our
sucks.
money back.
I will help you rob Stables if you want. I hate that place.
Stables. Sweet horses.
Stables. I love
Staples.
horses.
But oh yeah. So I remember doing the first jump cut, and that was super terrifying to me because it was like the second video I ever did, and it took me I think like 15 minutes to figure out how to do it right. And I know that sounds really stupid now because when I have to do a jump cut, or when I'm sure you guys have the same experience, all you have to do is just click like cut, delete, move it in, move the video down the track, and you're done.
Much easier.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a second nature. And if you don't have if you don't have those moments, and you don't see your projects through, and learning new experiences, then you're never going to be able to have all these things that are just second nature to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Inspiration from the r/Let's Play podcast.
I would also say that a good way to improve. I know this isn't really the topic, but the good way to improve. Fuck that topic. Whatever, Wander. Sorry. Is to
Fuck you, man.
We completely got off topic here.
is to
It's okay.
go back not only to your own channel, but also other people that you respect and are around your channel age, and look at their first videos.
Oh, that is so
yeah.
true.
How just fucking terrible they are. Because when
I,
Wander said that his first thing that he saw from me was Ratchet and Clank, and my reaction was, oh crap. It's because my Ratchet and Clank series was literally me like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and I've got this gun. It just was, it's terrible. But if you learn from that stuff, then it's not all that bad in the end. Because
It holds up. I went back to watch it actually before this, like a day or two ago, when I thought we were going to do the podcast, because, man, organizing this was insane. But, so I was watching it. It actually holds up. Your audio quality was definitely worse. But,
well, yeah, see, the reason for that, or the reason why I think it might hold up a little bit better than other people's, like, first videos is because I had already run a channel
yeah.
before that,
Yeah, that
so
would
I
do it.
kind of knew a little bit of what I was doing, but not much.
Yeah. My first videos, and I believe they're still up there. I don't think I've removed them. Are Banjo-Kazooie and on a laptop microphone. So you generally can't get much worse than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
my first
good.
microphone. Yeah.
I love it when my ears bleed a little.
On my old channel, you could probably still find it. It's called like Rozerick Games, I think. We did this game called Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes.
Oh, that game.
I love that game. I actually bought a copy a few months ago just because I actually wanted to make a series on it on Retro. But I remember I always go back to that video, and just the way me and my friend would talk, like the chemistry in front of the microphone was just not there. It was just kind of like
Yep.
hey, oh god, oh, here comes the embarrassing nicknames we had for each other for the channel.
Oh, no.
It was hey guys, I am Snips, and I'm the Foreigner, and this is Rozerick Games, and today we're going to play Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. And we're just gonna be quiet for the opening because we really like the music.
That's
and then
awesome.
followed by a lot of snickering while the music video happened.
Oh man.
At least you guys spoke in your old Let's
Oh,
Plays.
yeah.
Before Ian and I were BLG, we both had our own individual channels.
Yeah.
My first Let's Play was Paper Mario for the 64. Didn't have a capture card. I set up really old
no.
digital camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
no.
in front of the TV.
Right in front of the
No.
television. And I think I was 14. I'm almost 21 now. That's
Yeah.
how long ago this was. And I think I was always sick. I always had a cold.
Yeah, you sound
so I
really-
wouldn't talk, and I would be like, I'm sorry if I sound awful. But I just
man.
wouldn't speak the entire time until, like, something major happened.
At least when you spoke, they could hear you. When I first did my videos,
I forgot.
okay, so when I first did my videos, I didn't know how microphones work, and I had this little tiny one that, like, there was no stand for it. It was this little thing that you're supposed to hold up to your mouth, and then it would work like that. But I didn't set the audio levels right. So, first of all, I taped it to my face because I had to play the game.
Wow.
I needed my hands to play the video game, so I got it taped to my face, had the audio set all the way down. So at the start of every single video with like Windows Movie Maker,
Maker.
I said, turn your audio all the way up.
Very, very loud.
And you
all
can
caps.
maybe hear me.
Oh god, when I first started, I literally used Movie Maker to upload my videos.
Oh boy.
I think
Oh
they were
my
just direct
God,
uploads from the camera.
Well, when
um,
I first started, my first microphone was a Rock Band USB mic.
Whoa.
Famous.
It works
Those are
fairly
actually
well.
not that bad.
Yeah,
those aren't that bad.
That's pretty legit, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty innovative though.
So, moral of the story is, don't start a YouTube channel. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, but in all seriousness, when you first start your YouTube channel, it's going to suck. Like
Yes.
you just have to realize that your content isn't going to be, it's not going to stand up to par with a lot of people who have been doing it for like a year or so. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Like you need that initial period to get your standing and to be able to build yourself up. And I mean, you can see if you go back, like, was it Wander or Retcon who said it? Like when you go back to big YouTubers and the people you
Oh,
watch
yeah.
and watch their first
Yeah.
videos, like for me, a big inspiration was I went back and watched like one of the first Markiplier videos, and I noticed that it was like the way he spoke in those videos was like similar and like almost the same as how I spoke in some of my earlier videos too. And it's very choppy. You don't talk that much because you don't know what to talk about, but you just do it anyway. And if you keep at it, you're gonna get better. You're gonna be able to talk by yourself a lot more. You're gonna have more topics flowing through your head that you're gonna want to talk about.
Yeah, and I
you
think
just-
it's...
Yeah.
Sorry. I think it's somewhat... I will. I think it's it's somewhat similar to like video games because like a couple years ago there weren't really, I mean, as far as I know, there weren't really rules for Let's Playing, whereas nowadays there is kind of like these guidelines to follow, like always talk, or not always talk, but like try and keep constant conversation going. Whereas back in
Yeah.
the day there was nothing like when I was first doing it, like I didn't know anything to do other than yell whenever I died and I want to be the guy. it's kind of like with at the start of video games, like back when NES was around, like people didn't know how to make a good fucking video game. People didn't know what the rules were for like game design, progression. It was just like, here's this new thing, what do we do with it? But now
I think-
finally we're at a point where it's like, okay, we know what to do with it. There are people who can help you to learn what to do with it, and that place is now r/Let's Play.
The
Full
thing about,
circle.
I think Let's Playing is kind of like you said, it has rules now, but I think it's also kind of just because it's evolved a little bit from what it originally was. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
Let's Playing kind of started out, there were like two types, and there are still kind of two types, but it kind of started out as like a walkthrough type video system. Like people would just make videos as a walkthrough, and people would watch.
That's
those
how
videos.
mine
yeah.
started out. Mine was
Yeah.
the
Sort of.
walkthrough.
And now
yeah.
people have kind of turned to it more as an entertainment, and so
Yeah,
you
because-
have two types of Let's Players.
Yeah, there's everybody's like there are walkthroughs for everything now, whereas 6 to 7 years ago there weren't. So like Brandon was the first one to ever do a fucking Paper Mario walkthrough, so his was at the top of the search result. He was the first one
Yeah,
to do a
one
Sims
of,
Bustin' Out walkthrough.
One of my
So-
old videos was a walkthrough. Do you guys know the game Quest 64?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I attempted to do a walkthrough on that on my old channel, and that you at the time you could have found it at like the at page 1 just because I was one of the only people who did it. And then but now since there's so many people on the internet and there's only so many games, it's just flooded.
Yeah, can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
'Cause it was interesting seeing the response from r/Let's Play and what they think of it. What do you think is more important with Let's Play, the video game or the commentator?
That's kind of a hard question. It depends on the viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, I'm
Yeah.
asking you guys personally. Like, what are your personal opinions on it?
If I guess I'll start with that one. It's a mix of both, but I think commentary wise, for me, when I view somebody, I kind of I like a lot of Let's Players where I can kind of like maybe pop the video up in another screen and listen while I'm doing something else. I kind of like that kind of commentary style because it's kind of like listening to a radio broadcast. So it's something that I can listen to and be entertained, and I don't have to watch it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think for me, like Josh said, it's kind of a mix of both. generally the game choice is going to hook you in because you're like, should I buy this game? Let's search it, right? And then if it's a person who's actually good, you'll probably stick around, and that's how you gain fans. So I would say initially the game, but overall getting someone to stay, it's definitely going to be you.
And the personality behind it,
Yeah.
Game choice is the most important thing for hooking new people, period. And I kind of want to talk to you guys about this later, considering most of you do older games. But for me, I can do like a cutting edge game that nobody's even touched before, and I get like loads of new people. And then they stick around. And yes, we can talk about that as we go.
How about, we kind of keep getting distracted.
Yeah.
Let's pick a topic now, because we kind of strayed from the...
Oh, wait.
Well,
A voice
can I
of
say my
reason
opinions
has
on it?
arisen during the podcast.
Oh, well, I just wanted to give my opinion on it, just because.
Oh, right, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean,
like
we're
these
losers,
topics.
so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because a lot of people on the Let's Play subreddit agreed with what you guys had to say, and I never really thought about it that way. With like the game really brings people in, but then the commentary keeps them staying. But like it seemed like on the subreddit, a lot of people were just like, the video game comes before the commentators, and I realized like I don't really agree with that. Like
there are a lot of angry voices all over the place.
Well, I guess the thing is,
I just like,
yeah, go. Sorry.
That's fine. I really like commentators who are personable. I feel like for me, I watch Let's Plays for the people and like they have the game as a backdrop, you know?
Are you initially like searching the game though? Are you?
No, and that's the thing. I don't, because I don't. As funny as it is that I make Let's Plays, I don't watch Let's Plays that often. So I don't go searching games. I don't try and be like, oh, I want to go watch a new game. It's just like I find people that I like, you know, like, oh, I watch Pro Jared's videos and I like him as a person. I'll watch his Let's Plays. It's generally stuff like that, you know. Like if I like the person, then I'll like their Let's Plays. And
I guess games have now kind of turned into a way of being found, instead of like the reason they're watching.
Oh
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
It depends too, because to finish my point earlier, if I play something that's like much older, like you know, what's a good example? I guess I did Amalur.
Mario.
Yes, I love that game, by the way.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but like I think if I go back to it, each of my videos has like maybe 5 to 10 views each, as opposed to you know the hundreds I can get on some of the other videos I make.
Yeah.
So even though like a number of people say they're sub to me for specifically, you know, me, it does not matter if the choice of the game is not in line with like anybody's interests, and so you kind of have to watch out for that.
We
definitely
our channel's really a really big example.
It
of
really
that.
is. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, I know. We can't talk.
Okay, on my old channel I played have any of you guys ever played The Sims Bustin' Out before?
Yes.
No, but I saw the video. Or I saw it on your channel.
That is the most popular game on my old channel, and what I did is I never finished it on my old channel. So I kind of brought it over to BLG and made Ian kind of like jump into it with me.
Yeah.
The views on The Sims compared to all of our other videos,
there's 6 times
the
higher.
amount, like other videos get like what, between like a 50 and 100, and then the Sims gets like
300 to 400.
Yeah.
I think The Sims is one of those games that does draw in a lot of viewers, though. I see that a lot with a lot of channels that do The Sims, I think. I don't know if it's just because it can be so unique every time, so people are more willing to watch more than one channel do it.
Yeah.
But
I know with our situation, it's because like The Sims Bustin' Out is our best thing in the search results. Like if you search The Sims Bustin' Out number 1, like search.
You guys are number 1, 17,000 views. And you've also got the best thumbnail by a significant margin, and your playlist is like 6 down. So yeah, anybody looking for that game, it's you.
Yeah.
Oh god, SEO. Seriously, tagging your videos right is also a huge help.
Yeah, especially for you guys.
If you want to talk about that now, Wander.
Well, I mean, this is practically one of the topics I was going to talk about. We're not going in the right order, but I honestly don't care.
Fuck you,
but
me.
yeah, especially for you guys with like the older videos, it seems extremely important to have like good SEO. And I was actually going to say, just kind of as an example, and I'm gonna get into like critique mode, but you know, losers, you guys barely have a description on like half of your videos, and that was actually going to be something I was going to point out. I might as well give it feedback live. Descriptions are actually great SEO for like just driving search results. It's minimal, but having like a padded out description is really useful.
Even if it's just like a description about the game itself, like if you have a lot of keywords about that game.
It's
I've been aware of this for a really long time, and if you go to our part 1s, those will have at least a half paragraph or so of things with like, welcome to Diddy Kong Racing, where we race Whizpig, and it'll flow naturally but have keywords mixed within it. But the thing with me is I'm more focused on getting a chuckle out of people with that, with a one line of description. I don't want people to like look at our video, check the description, then see like this like 20 lines of just like, welcome to Diddy Kong Racing, and like all these like really like obvious keywords. Like I don't want people to ever think that we're like, oh, we want each video to get views and views. It's more important to me
maybe you can
to make people happy.
Maybe do both though, like
if you start out your description like with one of your
with
lines
the keywords
you like to use.
I'll give you an example.
We do. Or
sorry, I can give you an example. I think because I know this is probably going to be people are going to make fun of me for this, but I did a playthrough of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the single player. I know. I just enjoy this. I just enjoy the single player. It's what stoned me. But my description literally is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is a first-person shooter video game developed by Sledgehammer and published by Activision. You most likely don't need a description, so I won't bother. And that's my description. So you can probably laugh at that, and then it also hits the keywords, if you know what I mean.
I do that on it, like with some Sims Bustin' Out parts, like say if I title something with the name of like a place we're at, I may include the name in that one line of a description, and that's all it needs. Like at that point, if you search The Sims Bustin' Out Pixel Acres, that part will come up.
Yeah,
and then
that's a good idea.
Like, yeah,
I usually put that like when I was doing the uploads too, and I don't know if you're doing it. Whatever location we're at, I'll put in the tags.
Yeah,
as well.
I do that. I know that the description is really important, but I've also found sometimes if you over keyword something, I think YouTube, like, something in their search engine clicks with that, and they're like, oh shit, fuck this video. This guy's trying to...
That's fairly new too, I think.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure the engine can, like, tell if you're over keywording something, and, like, sure, it'll pop up there first.
I think it only does that if you're using keywords that don't apply to the video.
Yeah. So I have contact with like a number of larger YouTubers. Weasel Zone, for example, was actually trying it. Weasel Zone and Dragast were trying it for a bit, where they actually just flat out put tags in their descriptions, and it does actually, even like saturating it with just shit tags and stuff like that in your description, it will actually boost you in the search results. So I think that's actually wrong.
Okay.
But also, I mean, your video
it's not a good idea to do that, though.
So don't.
Yeah, you can get banned.
Yeah, don't put Markiplier and Game Grumps in your video tags.
Anyone listening,
Game
don't
Grumps.
do that.
Yeah, make sure your tags are on point and not somebody else.
Example for me, I never really believed in tags on my old channel, and when I first started Retro, like, it's not that I didn't believe in them, I just didn't really take the time to flesh them out. And I noticed a huge difference, especially when I started the Pokemon Nuzlocke series. I was reading a lot of the tags in the wiki on the Let's Play, and the one that Northern Lion did, the really fleshed out one. And I noticed if you type in like a Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke, that's like a very generic keyword a phrase you look up if you're looking up a Nuzlocke series for that specific game, and it's not like big, but I mean to me it is. Like I think it's like page 5 to 10. You'll start finding my videos there for the Nuzlocke series, and it shows how important that tagging is, because if you don't take the proper time to, your videos probably aren't going to show up at all within that top 10 range.
Yeah,
Yep.
like tags are definitely very, very important. Tags, the title.
I think it goes title, tags, description. I don't know where description and tags falls because that's a little bit more nebulous. But title is the most
very
important.
mystical.
Yeah.
So
YouTube SEO bullshit.
one thing I looked up was Sims busting out gameplay, and you guys actually weren't even on the first page. So I thought that was
think-
kind of an
oh,
interesting point.
That's actually a video of mine from my old channel.
Yeah, his old channel has.
Oh.
So actually, if you search Sims Bustin' Out gameplay, there'll be a video. Big old annotation is gonna pop up saying, "Go check us out."
Yeah, that's my video on my old channel. It has like 170K, I think.
Yeah. So
No.
we got that covered.
Was that Mario Fanatic? Oh yeah, it was. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's your
yeah,
that's your
that's-
Skype
that's-
account. That's actually third on the page.
Oh, is it
Wow.
third?
is it?
Yeah, your 170,000 views, almost 177,000 views, is being beaten out by a dude named Rayfella with 4,500 just because he has the word gameplay in the title itself.
What, isn't it? I thought
so-
mine was in the title too.
Nope, you
Now
just
we're gonna
have
go find it.
you just have Sims busting out Part 1, Stupid Malcolm, whereas this person actually included gameplay. So I was messing around with this on some of my other videos and actually found out if you want to get the most amount of hits, having both the words gameplay and let's play in there, end up getting you the most SEO boost as far as like those generic terms go. And it's better to have both than one, the other, or neither. As like crazy and like like
I don't have
Every
any of that
single
shit in my
submission
titles.
Feedback Friday, you're gonna start seeing Let's Play.
yeah.
Let's Play New Super Mario Brothers gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super weird and mechanical, and I will admit I almost never do this myself, just because
Yeah.
it makes me feel kind of bankrupt in a way. But if
I
we're going to be
I
talking
just
about
don't like the way it
SEO,
looks.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what I think. Like I'm very picky about how I organize my titles, and it's like throwing that gameplay in there sometimes just ruins the flow on the title, and it's like, all right, I'm not going to do it, even though I get the hit, but
You also, I've noticed it. This isn't really towards proper tagging or the way YouTube ranks your videos, but if you title your videos like very similarly to how like other YouTubers do it, like a title of video kind of like is your signature on your own video as well. So if you just kind of make it a cookie cutter title that resembles every other YouTuber out there, people might like shy away from it.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just saying
that's
it kind
valid
of goes
point.
into what you're saying about like putting gameplay and let's play into a title.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different for everyone. I think for people like us, it's definitely true. But then think about the kind of people who don't really understand Let's Plays and like the stuff behind them. Just like somebody who just wants to find the game, you know.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably like if I'm a 14-year-old girl and I just want to go look up the Sims busting out on YouTube, I'm just gonna go Lapada, and then I'm probably gonna click the first search result no matter what, because it's at the top of the list. It has to be the best, right?
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
it's all about who you're going to. So people who like AAA titles, new Call of Duty, that may be definitely like super true, because who's gonna like bitch you out the most? Call of Duty fans. For like if you have like spammy titles or some shit.
Or
then
they
peop-
probably don't give a fuck because they're too busy playing football and other things that people that play Call of Duty are doing.
Yeah. So I think it really depends on the kind of person your videos are going towards.
well, there goes our entire Call of Duty audience.
There was no one here who liked Call of Duty except for me, and you know it.
Hey, I'm planning on doing an Advanced Warfare Let's Play at some point.
Get off the
You are
podcast.
not. You're lying, Wally.
Gosh, what
I want
what
to.
a
It's
loser.
sci-fi. I like sci-fi shooters.
Actually, it's funny because that game is actually probably one of the better ones in recent years. But
Yeah.
I did have a question before we move on, probably to the next topic, about
No.
tags.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You guys, I assume everyone here pretty much, when you do tags, you always probably tag Let's Play and then the game name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
do you guys ever also add in a tag that's Let's Play and then the game name but without the apostrophe?
Because
I do.
apostrophe.
Google does not care about the apostrophe.
It doesn't care about the apostrophe because I
Nope.
was kind
It
of bagging on
does.
people
Hold-
being dumb
Hold
and
on.
not putting it in there.
Hold on, can I say
you
something?
know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm pretty I don't have concrete proof, but like back when I was trying to get my Banjo-Kazooie series higher in the search results, if you search "Let's Play" with an apostrophe Banjo-Kazooie 100%, it was number 2. But then if you search "Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie 100% with no apostrophe," or whatever the opposite I just said, it was number 3.
In that case,
Maybe it does have something to do with
maybe
it.
it does.
I don't know.
Though,
I've always just been throwing it in there for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be quite honest, it seems more important to have it without first, especially if you can't
Really?
fit it amongst all the other tags. Well,
Yeah, because it's the internet. So,
yeah, most people don't
like,
type in the apostrophe. I definitely
Who
don't
uses
when I
the
search Let's Play.
apostrophe? Come on. I do, but I'm weird.
Yeah.
Now,
I know
here's the
one,
question.
I mean, sorry.
Do you have a tag for game name Let's Play? You know, like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Let's Play is like one word. Do you do that too, or no?
I don't. I do have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare LP.
Yeah,
because
I do
search
that.
Yeah.
Like for me, how I usually tag the Pokemon series is I take this explains Northern Lion explains it in his post too. But like what you want to do is you take like the game name, like let's say Pokemon Soul Silver. So there's some other tags too that are like Pokemon Soul Silver or Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold. So I do like Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold, Pokemon Silver and Gold, and you just kind of want to go through like different things people you think would search. You know, if they're lazy, they might just type in Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do the Let's Play at the end, because then, like, I was checking analytics and I was like, oh, people are searching our Diddy Kong Racing with, like, Diddy Kong Racing Let's Play instead of Let's Play Diddy Kong Racing, so, like, I kind of swapped the tags around there.
I've never thought of that. That makes sense, though. Because I guess that's kind of how someone would say it, like, not on the internet.
Yeah.
So maybe I've learned something today, which is not what I was expecting.
Yeah!
So-
High fives all around.
Yay.
I guess I'll
that's
high
also,
five
like-
myself.
Ian,
I
how
did.
you
I had no
high-five me?
shame,
Holy
man. I
crap.
high-fived myself.
Oh, God. I never thought about the whole, like, putting, like, Super Mario Bros. LP. I never thought about that.
Putting LP.
Yeah,
That either.
but I should start fucking doing that, because, like...
Yeah, that's something I've always done, because I searched that, so probably other people do too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually just
like,
search Let's Play, like the whole
People
word.
still
That's
look up
generally
Super
what I do.
Mario Bros. Let's Plays.
You never know.
but I have a question.
Another one?
Yes, another one.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions. Are you guys ever afraid when you're re-tagging something that's high in the search results, if when you re-tag it, it will go away from the search
Yes.
results?
Yeah,
Has that ever
definitely.
happened to you guys?
For me, it's not so
No.
much tagging. This is, I guess this could also flow into a different topic, but I just want to say real quick. Make sure if you have a series that's doing pretty well, make sure you constantly upload to it. Make sure you're constantly updating that series. Because this is something I noticed with the Pokemon Nuzlocke series, is I've taken like a week or so, a break from it just because I haven't had time to edit it. And the search results when I search it have gone back down to like
Oh yeah.
like the 10 to 20 range.
Yeah.
But when I was constantly uploading for like a few weeks at a time, it was up in the top 5. So like I don't know how YouTube ranks that, but that's just something I've noticed.
To answer Ian's question about retagging, I've never done that, but I have had a video go from page 1 to like page 10 because I didn't change anything.
Wow.
I did Killzone HD, the like, HD remaster of the first Killzone game, and for a while I was the number 1 on the front page for
Nice.
that. And now it's not there. So if maybe you should go back, and update that stuff. Probably a good idea.
I like how about like half of this podcast so far has just been us just like jerking off our channels. Like, oh god, then this.
Yeah, I did this
video,
thing and it was awesome.
number
Wonderbot,
one.
shut up. I did this, and you know what?
Like, comment, and subscribe. Fuck you, all the rest of you. Me.
Yeah.
It's all about
I think
me.
I've been pretty humble this entire time. Screw you guys.
Fuck that. I'm not.
Fuck you guys. I'm great. What are you talking about?
Anyway, we're getting
gosh.
completely off topic again.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
that was one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. You know, how you guys promote older games and stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, I would like to talk about that a little bit more. Apart from like SEO, which is super important, have you guys ever actively promoted yourself anywhere? How?
I think one of the biggest things you can do is Reddit. Well, I'll talk about this later too if you want to talk about the Reddit post I made a few days ago.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we'll get into that.
on a different note though, find like subreddits and forums that support the game that you're playing at the moment. or like the maybe type of version you're playing. Like for Pokemon Nuzlocke, there's a Nuzlocke subreddit, and they openly accept people who are making videos or stories about it. So you submit it there. Make sure you read the guidelines first before you submit your content, or God help you, you're going to be smited by the moderators. But I remember, like, something I did for Wind Waker voice acted was I posted in our gaming, and you just gotta find things that kind of
That's dangerous.
Oh no! I actually got a few upvotes from them, no downvotes. So I was like, "Whoa, okay."
It's not the downvotes; it's that the mods of Hard Gaming are very rabid about shadow banning people.
Oh well, I didn't get that, thankfully.
Yeah. As far as promotion goes, you want to stay away from R Gaming. Everybody posts there maybe once. It's not.
Well, no, that's what I was trying to say. Is find things that fit what you're doing. Like. That's why when I was saying our gaming, it was because it was Wind Waker voice acted, and it was the audition posts. So I wasn't really promoting the series; I was promoting the community itself.
Okay, that's a little bit more. Okay, because I've seen a number.
Like, find forums and places that just like fit the content that you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, like we've done it a couple times. You know, like I have. Brandon, I guess not so much.
Well, no, I'm actually pretty sure it was a while ago too. Maybe even when I was doing Sims Busted on my own on BLG.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
I posted it was on the Sims subreddit.
Yeah,
I did
and that actually got a good response, surprisingly.
Yeah.
What's also cool with just speaking of Reddit, we've actually had one person who actually posted a couple of our videos in some place. Like they posted part 1 in Paper Mario subreddit. And I was like floored. I was like, "Whoa! Somebody else cared enough about us to go to this subreddit." It was like, it was. I don't know. It was really cool.
That's a cool feeling. Yeah.
Did it get you
Because,
much, or no? Not really.
No. Like it got us at least like 8 subscribers, and then one person who actually like talked to us on his stream lately, and then was like, "Yeah, we came from the Paper Mario subreddit." I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cool."
Yeah, oh my god, I have fans.
On the scummier side of it, though, the only reason I know about that is because I was on my way to post the first part to the Paper Mario subreddit. And then I was like, wait, it's already there.
Promoting your channel is a tricky business. I have posted on Reddit to the Ratchet and Clank subreddit, actually. I posted a couple parts on there way back when, 2 years ago. And I probably gained probably 10 to 20 subs from that. Because they were really accepting of it for some reason. It was maybe 2,000 subs at that point on that subreddit. But then I think like just kind of interacting with people, because I don't really promote my stuff that heavily to people that don't want to hear about it, I guess, which is a lot of people. But whenever I see a video I like on YouTube, I always make sure to comment or to tweet it or to thumbs up it. Because then other people are going to see that. You know, just interacting with people, just on YouTube really, really helps. I've gotten a ton of subs just from talking to people, and then they check my stuff out. Actually, funnily enough, today I've had a guy who has been like a pretty loyal subscriber on my channel for about a year, and he comments on a lot of my videos. And today he was like, "Oh yeah, when I did this on my channel, I did it this way." And I went to his channel, and he was pretty good, so I subbed to him. So you know, like just making friends with people generally is how I do it. Also, Twitter
networking.
Yeah, yeah. I will caution in that one. If you aren't a consistent viewer and you try that on somebody else's video, it's not going to go well.
Don't be an asshole, but no, I don't even mean like commenting and being like, "Hey, I did this on my channel, so go watch it," with a link. Just comment and be like, just like comment and be like, "Hey, this was a cool video. I really liked it, and this is what I liked about it." You know, just don't be a douche to people, basically.
Yeah, natural comments.
I got a subscriber once, and it was because I found him through the subreddit. It was just kind of random, checking a few channels out, and all I did was he was doing a Let's Play on what was it, the new Resident Evil game that came out, and there's a few little nitpicks that I thought that could be made, so I just commented, "Hey, Try doing this with your audio, like just cleaning up a little bit in Audacity. It's super simple. I think it's all you really need. And from that, he came over and checked out my stuff, and then he liked a bunch of my videos and left several comments. And it's all about just kind of networking and helping out your fellow content creators.
Yeah, you kind of leave a footprint everywhere you go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
The
if you're a
tiniest of
positive
footprints.
person, I think it really helps. You could totally just go and be a dick on people's videos and spam your links and shit, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I like to present myself as a nice
Think
person,
about
so
what you would click on if you saw
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a topic that gets me upset, I guess, because I've seen it happen so goddamn much, where people will just be like, "Hey, I did this game too, so you should watch it." It's like, no, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
don't, like, go away. Like, I don't want to see that shit. But really, if you were like, you know, commented on a few of my videos, I probably would have clicked on your channel just to see if you did stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually do that. Anybody, I even do that with people who subscribe to me. If I get a little notification, I go and check out their channel.
Yeah, I've done that a lot.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah, a
so.
couple times.
That's how I actually found a lot of people from the subreddit, and a lot of people I follow now is just through people who found me and subscribed to me or left comments. I check out their stuff, and I'm like, whoa, you do videos a lot better than I do. So
Yeah,
But that's a
wish I
good
was-
feeling too, though, because then you've got a person who, in your opinion, is better than you,
yeah.
and they sub to you. So maybe, you know, maybe you're not as bad as you think. I've definitely had
maybe you're
that
not-
feeling before.
Maybe you're not that shit awful stain that you thought you were. Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
one of those feelings I got was I got that when Rick from the D-Pad sent me a message, and then he subscribed to my channel. It's like, hey, I really like what you do. I'm like, thank you.
Dude, I've followed the D-Pad for like a year and a half, and then they subbed to me like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh! Also, fucking Headache Heroes too, which is just around my channel size, also subbed to me, and I sent them a message on Twitter, and I was like, you make me feel like a star, and he was just like, cool, that's what I'm here for.
Good. That's why I was
I've
born.
seen them around. I haven't checked out their content yet.
I'm gonna have to fix that because I totally peaked my mic when I did that too. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, wow. I didn't know you
gosh.
could do that with your voice.
I won't do it again.
It's okay.
We wanted more.
You better not.
What was the topic we were on again?
Promoting
Rick from the
yourself.
D-pad. Rick is
Yeah,
our new
promoting
topic.
yourself. So you I'm going to segue a little bit. You mentioned something that is another topic I'm going to talk about. So you mentioned having loyal fans. How loyal are your guys' fans? Like, I notice my fans tend to stick around for like 1 or 2 series and then they disappear. Do you guys have fans that like stick around forever, or?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god, yes.
I have. I want to say it's like 2 people, but there's one specific guy who. Okay, so I've been on YouTube.
You have at least 5. At least.
Okay, well, I'm gonna point out just the one.
Okay.
So there's one dude who he has been following my videos for at least 7 years. Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know what Bran, but like Bran has an effect on people that like when you see him start the Sims busting out, you like you have to finish it.
Well, okay, so there's
Beard.
it's the yeah, it's the beard. His name is Sam, and
Yeah.
he started watching my Paper Mario Let's Play. Gosh, it's just weird to say 7 years ago, and he still comes around. He comments on a video on BLG every now and then.
Yeah,
and
it's
then there's another guy. Is it Eric?
Yes.
His name is Eric. He used to watch my old Sims videos, and he still comments on the new episodes of Bustin' Out that come out. And comes to our live streams and stuff.
Yeah, then we have newer people too. Like this one person, they made a subreddit for us, posted our videos to other subreddits, donated $30 to us.
Wow.
It's
pretty
like
awesome.
this dude's insane. I love him. I want to kiss him.
Ooh.
I have a fair
I have
few,
2
yeah.
people. One of them is doing like a series kind of like what I'm doing, but they've been around ever since the first time I tried doing Wind Waker voice acted, which was before I even found out about the subreddit. This was maybe a year ago, like a year and a half ago, when I was first trying it out. It was absolutely horrible, but that's kind of why I wanted to reboot it. And he has been he comments on every single one of my videos. He's on my Twitter all the time. I talk to him all the time. And it's just really nice when you have like one person who just sticks around all the time because they really like your content.
Yeah, they're just a constant. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Actually, I want to just, if I can, read part of a comment I actually got today, because this pertains a little bit to the topic. This is the guy I was talking about who's been around forever and comments a whole bunch. Basically, like, I did Final Fantasy X, which was just an ordeal because it was super long. And this guy commented on like episode 55 and then like a bunch of episodes in the 80s range.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, shit, did you like watch all those in 2 days? And he was like, yeah. Like, that's nuts. Like, but anyway, his comment on the last Final Fantasy X video, his comment, I'll paraphrase it a little bit because it's kind of long. He's like, I was watching you play this, but then I wanted to play it myself, so I stopped watching it. Then I stopped playing the game, and you were taking a hiatus on it. So I picked the series back up and just finished watching it. It sucks because a lot of your recent stuff, a lot of your recent series are games I want to play, so I haven't watched them yet, like Uncharted 2, God of War, and Prince of Persia. But I will once I finish them. I'm enjoying your other stuff like Puppeteer, Lisa, and Call of Juarez. Keep it up. I'm like,
that's cool, man.
He literally cared enough to look up shit I was playing. Like, that's an awesome feeling. That's why I do stuff on YouTube for other people to watch. Like, at the end of the day, that's just amazing.
I think one of the nicest comments that I get is a lot of people who find like Wind Waker voice acted and my other content, and I think a lot of people like other channels get this too. But it's like really refreshing and really. Oh, what's the motivational? That's what I'm looking for. It's really motivational when you get someone who thinks that you deserve more than what you have already.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really good feeling because you feel like you're finally doing something right with your content.
My favorite comments is when people tell us that we should be loser and not so loser. Those are my favorite.
Honestly, you know what my favorite comments are? And Brandon, you know what I'm talking about here. But
Do I?
I've had now it's 9 people. It keeps growing. People who tell me I sound like Matt Pat.
Really? I guess you kind of do. Huh.
Okay, there's 10 people.
I mean, a little bit. I get it.
Maybe if you do the game theory thing, everyone will understand.
Yeah.
Like the opening.
Oh god.
Or the ending.
I've gotten 2 comments on my videos now, and then a bunch of people that I know that they tell me I sound like Matt Pat. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's good. I'll take that.
Do you guys? Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you kind of look like him too, so that doesn't help you out.
Thank you.
Do you guys ever get comments that are really nice, but they're from an account that's named something really inappropriate, so you don't know if you should comment back or not?
That's
I don't
never
think we've had
happened to
that
me.
problem.
I've
Have you ever
2
had
instances
that
of
problem
that.
where you get a really nice comment, but it's from a bot account, but you realize that halfway through the comment, and you're like,
Yeah, because
oh.
it's like a copy paste comment.
I get that
Yeah.
frequently with
Yeah.
network invites. It starts really positive, and then I read it,
Oh yeah.
and then
wow.
I do the like press to read more, and then it's just like, dang it, not what I wanted.
Yeah. No, I have a guy who left me a comment, and I want to respond to it, but at the same time, his account name is Carter Shit Sniffer 0, so I don't know if I want to touch that. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I don't think we've
All
ever
right.
had that.
No,
problem.
we haven't. But I guess it's because we play, like Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So
my favorite comments are the ones that are people who say, I've been having like the shittiest week of my life. I've been so
Yeah.
stressed. And
Those are good
when
ones.
they watch our videos, they're like they feel so uplifted. They feel so much better watching our content, and those are my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are
You
definitely the
reminded me,
best.
Back on it's happened a while ago and actually happened really recently, but it was back on the old channel, and it was during like the series. It was on Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, which
That
is
game's awesome.
which is a game I wanna do on this channel again because we almost got through it, but then we had to stop. But anyway, we took a little hiatus for like maybe a month, and then we came back and started posting again. And the first episode back, we got a comment that morning, and the person was just like, "Oh my god, it's my birthday, and I'm so happy you guys started posting again. You guys made my day." And I was like, "Oh, it feels so good."
people are nice.
So I'm going to dial us back a little bit. I want to start heading for that one topic of retros, but
oh god, which one?
you know the one.
Oh, no.
But the one thing that does kind of
did.
make me sad, we're talking about our good viewers, and I always feel kind of bad for, like, you know, the smaller YouTube channels, because I was there once. We all were there once, where you had nothing from no one.
Oh yeah.
For months.
I mean, I'm
the
still,
worst.
My channel's still kind of in that stage, but it's you just gotta keep making videos. You just kind of have to push through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because, like, I know we're being kind of humble about it, but it does kind of feel like we're just, like, we've been gloating for part of this, but, like,
I know that's going to be
there
a comment
too.
later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Why the
But
fuck do you
you know
guys
what?
talk about yourself so much?
You know what? Whoever makes this
I don't know, it's not
comment,
like it's the topic
go
or
fuck
anything.
yourself. Because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too negative, but yeah, just, like, you'll get there one day. If you don't have those comments, you will.
You'll start somewhere.
Yeah.
Chin up, kid. You'll get there.
Yeah.
One day you'll be as
Bucko.
cool as me.
But it's
Yeah, one day
it
you'll
is
be as
true,
cool as
though.
him.
You will get there one day. You just have to keep working at it.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of rolls in what I said earlier is finish the projects you started. Don't just stop halfway through because you don't think it's good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
So, speaking of, if you have, like, really loyal fans, I just recently restarted an old series of mine from, like, I guess not that old, back in November still. But just the, like, sheer amount of views for it just dwarfed everything else because everybody's like, yes, this game again. Can't wait for more. And I'm like, oh boy, why didn't I do this
cool.
sooner? But anyway, we might as well dial it in. We've been running for a while. Let's get this one topic down. So, for frame of reference for everybody who may or may not have seen it, Retro Trigger put down a post a day ago, and
I think it was yesterday.
you've gotten 3 upvotes since then, maybe more. People are still reading
3
it.
upvotes?
Yeah, like it's
Since that. Oh yeah.
yeah.
For
Since
frame
we
of
talked
reference, that's February 7th for whenever this comes out.
yes.
Yeah.
So, and when I say 3 upvotes, I mean 3 upvotes in the span of the last hour.
Since we started.
And
doing
considering
this.
how many downvotes there are on the subreddit, that's pretty substantial. But,
yeah, I was not expecting that.
but I'm gonna just read it out loud. So the honest truth, not that many people care. This does not apply to everyone. Stop using the subreddit to gain a quick view on your video. The mindset of who cares if it's against the rules, I'll probably gain a few views from it anyway, is disrespectful. Posting a milestone thread is against the rules. Just posting about how you're so close to a certain subscriber/view just to gain sympathy, a sympathy subscriber or view is really low. It shows that you don't have confidence in your own channel. And the ones who post, what should I play next? You have to learn that the majority of the users on this subreddit aren't your audience, and you're going to have to get the same answer. Well, you're going to get the same answer every time. I'm sorry for putting it bluntly, but come on. Read the goddamn subscription guidelines and stop flooding the forum with useless info that no one cares about.
Yeah.
I actually
Nail on the head.
Yeah,
And then there was an edit in there because that sounds very harsh.
I mean,
and I had to kind of.
I
explain
didn't feel
myself.
like reading it because I don't think you need it. I don't think you needed that edit. I think you,
Really?
yeah, I think you had it. I saw your thing on Twitter. I didn't even see the post. You said like, you made an uh-oh on the subreddit, and I think Vince Blood had retweeted it, and I was like, all right, I have to read this, seeing as I've been out for the entire day. And I read it, and I was like, yeah. I'd sticky it, but that would be a little bit too political, I think, on my part.
Yeah.
That first part, I felt like I had to put the edit in there because the first part was kind of it was a little bit of a rant at first because I mean there's some I just kind of threw like the thing about milestone things are against the rules. At first it was just kind of a rant because I was seeing an influx of people that were going against the guidelines a lot. I mean, and there was a huge grace period in the subreddit where it was very helpful, and it still is helpful, but there was a lot of people who were still abiding by the rules. And I just noticed recently, like, a pattern in the postings, like, people would just completely go against the rules. And I'm not talking about the people who are new to the subreddit, who haven't read the rules yet, and just kind of posting because they see it's a Let's Play subreddit. I'm totally fine with that, because if like, someone will correct them, they'll say, oh, hey, and if they stick around, that's awesome, because the subreddit's super helpful. And, I felt like what I wrote was a little harsh at first, and I noticed a lot a lot of the upvotes that were going on, a lot of people who were agreeing with it were kind of agreeing with it for the wrong reasons, which is why I wanted to edit it and get the right message out there.
Yeah. I mean, I will admit,
silence.
Well, I was thinking about it.
I was
and,
contemplating what he said.
Yeah, and like some base level, it's like, yeah, I agree. You don't want to sound as harsh as you are, like you do sound in that post, but at the same time, I think sounding that harsh is good, because I think a lot of people get wrapped up in the ego of Let's Play. It's very easy to do. I mean,
oh, yeah, definitely.
We were talking about it earlier when you get jealous of somebody else's successes. It's the same thing. I saw a post and removed a post a little while back, like 2 or 3 days ago, about a guy that was trying to get 1 million subscribers in 24 hours. And he said it was a joke, and it may or may not have been a joke. It probably was a joke. But on some base level, for him to make that joke, he probably was wishing that it was possible. And I was thinking about it for a while, and I was just like, you know what? All of us have thought this at some point. It's like, what if I could just, like, advertise to all these places, go viral on Reddit, get hundreds of thousands of people. And I think that's the driving force behind, like, all of these things. The milestone post is like, yeah, I'm getting closer to 1 million subscribers. Asking all of these things.
A lot of people, like, I noticed with, like, you explained a few of them, too. They just said, I don't really mind milestone posts because it's cool to see what people are achieving. And I think that's awesome when people get to, like, post about, like, a goal they met. And that's what the Update Monday's for.
Yes, I completely agree.
I said it's Update Monday. It's called Update Monday. Update Monday 4 times over the course of that thread and 2 other threads.
Yeah. It was, but yeah, it's just, I remember being there when a whole bunch of people were posting their milestones. And I saw recently a few people posted it too. Someone disguised it because they're like, oh, I finally got to 100 subscribers, but then someone unsubscribed, so now I'm down to 99. I'm like, you're just posting that so someone will...
and guess what? It worked too, because someone was like, here, I threw you a sub in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, you played right into their hand on that one, really.
The fun thing, though, is it's meaningless. It doesn't do them any good.
I know, because they're not going to watch it. It just means they have a dead sub, basically.
Yeah.
Which doesn't do anything for you.
But yeah, the whole reason I'd posted that was just because I was tired of seeing people using the subreddit for selfish reasons. I mean, granted, I remember when I first found the subreddit, I made a post saying, hey guys, I'm a Let's Player, I'm doing these videos, and as soon as I posted it, someone, like, corrected me and said, hey, this is not what it's for. I'm like, okay, cool, and I stuck around, and I've learned so much from the subreddit already.
I actually looked that up.
And it kind of just hurts.
That was me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
I think it was you and the D-pad.
Yeah.
It was a few of the moderators.
Awkward.
See, there's only... Oops, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll just finish up. It kind of just hurts when I see a lot of people who stick around, but they're just sticking around for the days where they get to post their videos, and they don't really care about the community that the subreddit supports.
Yeah. There's only one problem I had with the post, and it wasn't anything to do with your post in general. It was more Reddit in and of itself, was that you made that post complaining about, like, the spammy, like, stuff like that, and then all the people agreed with you, but unfortunately, just because of the nature of Reddit, the people that you were targeting the post at either aren't going to see it because they dropped and ran, or they don't give a shit, and they're just going to do it again. That's not anything against the post, it's just that's how Reddit works, and it definitely needed to be said, and I think it was probably people were really happy that you did say it, because I know a lot of us were thinking it, because you've got update post, milestone posts, that's for Update Monday, video feedback posts, that's for Feedback Friday. You can easily find a mega thread that it's legal to post these threads in every week, and people either don't do it because they're ignorant that they exist, or because they don't care. So it's always been a problem.
Do you mind if I
always will be?
Yeah, another reason I made that update, that edit too, was just because there was one comment that was agreeing with me for the completely wrong reasons, and it was very negative towards, like, new Let's Players, and they removed it. They removed it eventually, but it was just kind of about they were very, like, saying, yeah, no one cares about your videos, so stop posting it.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
I felt bad because I'm like, that's not the message I was saying, and it's not, like in the edit, I just kind of wrote, I'm not trying to say that nobody cares about your content. It's just if you're going to be selfish with it, if you're just going to solely use a community platform where everybody here is trying to help each other for your own selfish gain, then no one's going to care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Definitely.
Do you mind if I give my 2 cents about the post and all? Because you guys have all been agreeing with everything, but honestly, I didn't agree that much with it. But I've had this. I know.
Dissenting opinions are not allowed on the podcast.
No, I would love to hear your side, man, because
I've had the opposite opinion of the subreddit for a while now, with like the no milestones as threads, or like don't do this, don't do that, because it's going to clutter up the subreddit. I've never really gotten that, because like on the day you made this, I went back and I checked how many threads there were in the past 24 hours. There's only 30 threads made in that 24 hours. That wasn't,
that's because a lot of people delete their threads.
Doesn't the auto moderator pick up a lot of them?
A lot of
as well?
Yeah, automod gets rid of a lot of them. I get rid of a lot of them.
Well, no,
so the reason,
I'm just saying that, like, with those 30 threads, it would take you about 10 minutes to read every single one, and that's for an entire day's worth of threads on the Let's Play subreddit. And I don't really understand why people complain about clutter when it would take you so little time to read an entire day's worth of things someone on the subreddit.
It's more of not about the clutter. It's more about like the reasons for each post, because a lot of posts you'll see. Well, I'm gonna lose my words here. I had a train of thought, but it's mostly like when you might have one post that will get through, that are like a milestone, like or not a milestone, but someone who's just kind of using it, like abusing the thread. But it kind of like if it's nothing's done about it, no one kind of like replies to them and say, hey, don't do that. You'll have like a snowball effect. You have more people and more people doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of about setting a precedent, I guess, for people that are a part of the community. Like, don't spam it. I mean, when I joined the subreddit, it was back when you were allowed once a week to make an update post of all the videos you posted on your channel. So that was basically all the entire subreddit was, and it was just a nightmare. Like, I know it doesn't look like there's a lot of clutter, but I mean, the alternative to not having that stuff is kind of, I don't know. It's a personal thing, definitely. It's personal preference.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like I came around when the subreddit was like that, because I remember posting my first video, and then of course not sticking around. But then I came back 3 months later, posted a video, and somebody told me, "Hey, you can't do that." And then at that point, I was like, "Oh,
I can't."
Well, then what is the subreddit like now? And then I stuck around. So I mean,
I've had the opposite opinion as well. Just like you said, like there have been points where I've been reading the subreddit and being like, well, okay, without people posting this stuff, all this subreddit is people asking the same damn questions over and over again. Like, what mic should I use? This and this and that. But when I look at it, I don't want to go back to the way it was.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why I like the incorporation with Unsucky Sunday, Feedback Friday, and all those.
Those were definitely very helpful.
Yeah. Oh my God, Feedback Friday, I love.
Well, like
Unsucky Sunday recently has been irking me. That's a completely different topic.
Well, there were problems with Unsucky Sunday.
There's it's just.
So here's the thing about what we were just talking about, though, is like what you're saying, like with clutter and stuff, people asking the same questions. Get rid of the people asking the same questions, and all the subreddit is just a weekly thread. That's it. What else is a subreddit after we get rid of the questions that people ask?
The official stance on the questions, the like super beginner questions, and I've been trying to think of like a better solution to this, but the thing is, for a lot of people just starting out, a lot of them don't even know how to handle Reddit, much less they don't know how to do Let's Playing, much less, searching through Reddit, which is a nightmare in and of itself half the time.
Yeah.
And usually people will redirect them to like useful resources or give them their own tips. But the thing is, I don't want to force anybody to have to wait a week to figure out why, they sound awful on their video. Yeah. And I know that pisses everybody off. And it annoys me too when I see like 50 threads in the same day about what microphone should I get? And it's like, you know what, check out any of these. And usually I tell them to do so and remove most of the offending ones. But the reality of the situation is, our Let's Play, a lot of people want it to be kind of the bastion for Let's Playing in discussion for, like, all levels. But truly, it's mostly useful for the really beginner people, and the rest of us are just nice for hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a community here for the people you talk to and you see around, but it's not like a forum where there are different subsections that you could talk about. It's one big open everything Let's Play from beginner to advanced to the questions that have gotten asked over and over again. So I guess that's my biggest problem with threads like this. Like nothing against you, Retro Trigger. But
oh,
like,
dude, no, totally, it's fine.
Yeah, just like
I like hearing other opinions.
Yeah, like I see people complain all the time, like, oh, stop doing these threads, stop doing these threads. But I don't think people understand that once you get rid of the same question people ask over and over again, there's no subreddit anymore. Like if you were to ban all the beginner questions, what is there to talk about?
I mean, there's
certain questions you can ask and certain questions that I think are a little redundant, like, especially when someone's asking, what game should I play next? Well, when your answer is always going to be...
whatever you enjoy.
Play what you feel like playing.
Well, I mean, I disagree with that, too. I love seeing those threads.
I'd love to hear your opinion, man.
Because I love those threads because, people say, what game should I play? I like these types of games. You go in there, you suggest new games. So, like, somebody tells me, oh, I like action platformer games. I say, okay, you should check out They Bleed Pixels. Give it a run. Give it a blind run, even. Like, putting blind in the title is gonna draw some people in.
Draws me in. I love blind LPs.
Yeah, so it's like, I love this type, because if you tell them just do what you want, then they're just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go play Super Mario 64, the game that has been Let's Played 100 infinity times.
I guess the problem is, though, with that is just because you're gonna have so many people on the subreddit who are just gonna say play what you want.
I've removed what game shall I play threads today specifically. And, like, two of them had straw polls and stuff. And the problem is, in a lot of them, they're quite surely someone equally new to the, hey, check out my Let's Play, that kind of thing. So, while I like the idea of a, like, help me figure out what games are good for me to play as a YouTuber, most of them don't feel that way. Most of them almost feel like, hey, if I can get people to tell me what to play next, they'll maybe check me out.
They might watch what I'm playing.
And I've never thought that, though. Maybe I'm naive, but I've never thought that when I see somebody ask what game to play. I've always just thought...
Dude, I totally think that almost every time. And I guess it's just coming from a different place.
The reason I see it is because I would see myself doing it if I was a little more immature about my content.
Oh, yeah, but totally. I would do it, too.
I guess I've had that question come to me, like, what should I play? Because... I mean, as much as people will say, play what you want, there are games which make poor Let's Plays, especially for people just starting out. I would never suggest to someone to play a Tales game, like Tales of Symphonia, as their first Let's Play, because of how long it is, how much dialogue there is. It's hard. It is a hard game to Let's Play.
My first Let's Play was Kingdoms of Amalur. That was 100 episodes solid. I actually would say that's bad advice. I think truly do whatever you want is good advice. Sorry. It's kind of like the very beginning of Retro's thing where it's like, this isn't true for everybody. That's kind of the case with this advice. And so, for example, I actually looked at one of the straw polls, and the guy had never like posted on the subreddit before. At which point it's like, all right, this isn't even like a worthy discussion thing.
Yeah, like. That's but, yeah. The kind of way I said about it depends on you're not always gonna have the people who don't say play what you want. You're not always gonna have the people who actually give solid advice. It also depends on who's posting, because like Wander just said, there's a lot of people you can go check out their subreddit and they've never even visited the Let's Play subreddit before, let alone like commented. And they're just kind of there because they just found us.
Not to be like being so negative, but like I think that's bad. I mean, I'm kind of hurt to hear that you just deleted that, because I would not have come back to the subreddit if my video that I posted to the subreddit was deleted. Somebody actually nicely told me, "Hey, that's not what the subreddit's like anymore. We've changed."
I will make sure somebody has said something, or I will say something myself before removing it. Like, I'm not just going to give them the silent treatment, unless they're specifically advertising in like a really awful way, or a completely new Reddit account. Completely new Reddit accounts I don't give the light of day to.
Yeah, because that feels almost a little bit spammy, you know? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but when it comes to this sort of thing,
yeah,
I mean, self-promotion has always been such a gigantic topic on the subreddit that it's almost better to nip it in the bud, and if you accidentally knock off a few threads that are people being genuine, then maybe it's worth it. Which sucks. I'm not sure if that's terrible, but
yeah, that like I was looking at the thing with Retro, and I remember being hard on him for the voice acted Wind Waker Let's Play in the very beginning, because I didn't entirely know what he was talking about. I thought he'd already done it and was advertising, and I was like, that's not cool. And I actually felt bad about it afterwards, and I think I even sent like a second comment being like, all right, this isn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I remember
Whoops,
you sent me a personal comment.
Yeah.
Because I remember let's see how God, I remember doing it, like I did kind of go against the rules the first time I posted about it, because I was kind of like advertising the series. I was going against the rules a little bit, but initially I did come to the subreddit with a community intent. Like I wanted to bring the community together for the voice acted series. And then I kind of learned that it's just being selfish about your content really isn't. It's just kind of negative towards everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. So, I just want to say, like, overall, like, I want to agree and disagree with what Ian's saying about we shouldn't. Like, what do you have if you remove these things? If once you remove these things, what do you have left? It's the whatever, because there's only so much to talk about. But I guess that's just a problem that the community kind of has to face, because it's true. What do you talk about once you remove all these threads? But if you don't remove all these threads, that's all it is. So I don't know. It's just a weird spot to be in. You know what I mean?
There was a thread I posted a week back. Actually, not even a week back. A couple of days back about gender and like your audience demographics that Geek Remix had done. And pretty much the entire thing was arguing with like one or two dudes that hadn't even watched the video. I was kind of upset.
Is that the thread where you called yourself half attractive and shook your fist at me?
Yes, that was the thread, and I was really disappointed.
I honestly did not touch that thread with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, and my disappointment with that is I know gender is like a extremely dangerous topic, even on the subreddit,
especially on the internet.
Yeah,
especially on YouTube.
Dangerous topics. Did anybody see that that political post someone?
I removed that one. I didn't even say anything about it. It's just people get too angry.
Too. I'm like, hey man, I don't think this is the place to ask people what their political stances are.
Yeah.
Wow, that's yeah, that is a little bit inappropriate, I guess.
Yeah, he had a straw poll. He had a
what?
He or she. Yeah, whoever
it was. Shoot, I'm not going to name names so people don't go after him. And I feel really bad for removing this without saying anything. But it was like I just woken up and was like, I don't want to deal with this, and I still don't want to deal with it.
It just seemed really inappropriate for the subreddit.
Yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say though, Wander? You were talking about.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the.
Oh, the gender thing. Yeah. So I was actually really disappointed in that one, and I know gender is an extremely like hard topic to broach on our Let's Play, and every time it ever comes up, it's an absolute shitfest. And even this time it was no different. But that's the kind of content that I truly am hoping for every day that I log on to look, and it happens from time to time. But
like sorry,
it's just
like on the wow. on the gender topic, because if this is the thread you were talking about, somebody said, hey, what are your audience retentions with different genders?
Yes, that's exactly it.
This thread had people like actually respond and take it seriously. Somebody else asked, hi, it was like a question towards like female Let's Players about something similar to that. And then like all the top comments were, "Why do you care? Why does it matter? Why why?" And it's just like it's so
Your
like
audience
when
is the most important thing.
it's just like I don't get it. So here's this gender neutral person asking a question. Everybody's on board. Female person asks the question. Everybody says, "Why the fuck do you want to know?"
Yeah,
And it's
a
like-
weird. I don't know. That was a weird situation, and I kind of want to put a little bit of, I don't want to say blame because it's not really blame, but it was Geek Remix that posted that, right?
I posted the video. It was
Okay.
Geek Remix's video.
It was her video. It was Mari's
Yeah.
video. That's probably like 50% of the hate right there.
Yeah.
You know,
I realized that-
she's very Geek Remix is a really, really controversial channel. And
Why?
I'll be the first
I
to
don't-
admit that I don't always agree with either of them, but I'm never going to like dislike their shit or anything. But no, I thought that was a really good thread, and thank you for posting it because I wouldn't have seen it otherwise.
I think for her to have posted that video too and gathering all the information she did was really cool.
Yep.
It was just a very like what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't a safe thing to do.
Yeah, I think it would have been a way worse thread if she posted it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
I
is
also
why
told her if
Wander
she had done
posted
that, I would have had to remove it.
Yeah, you probably would have had to, like, just because it would have been a complete shit fest in the comments if you hadn't.
But she asked me about that after I had already submitted it, and I was like, well, okay. Here you go. It's already there.
It's already there.
But as far as like BLG's thing about like when you remove everything, what is there left? And that is actually something that I think about frequently with the subreddit. And this is why I don't like crack down super hard. That and the fact that it would take a lot more time out of my day just simply to moderate that hard.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with the medium. You know, like Reddit is limited in comparison to a forum.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Reddit is more easily accessible than a forum, you know? Like you
Reddit
don't have to
is
sign
so
up for
much
each individual
faster.
forum. Yeah.
And I think
So-
you also have to take into account the audience flow to the Let's Play subreddit and how it changes over time.
Yeah.
How you'll have a few people, like I say every month you have a new wave of people who are just starting out or people just starting the subreddit.
Well-
and then they're just learning the rules and I see maybe like 40% of them stay with the subreddit and the rest of them kind of just fall off from it.
Oh, it's
you have to-
way less than 40%. Trust me.
Okay, I was being generous.
That is extraordinary. It's more like 10% stick around, if even, and that's stick around Let's Playing, not even the subreddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you never know how good that 10% that sticks around, you never know how good they're going to be. I mean, look at me. Am I right? Yeah? Yeah? All right. I'll leave now.
You're just channeling retcon from the beginning of the podcast now.
Yeah, man, come on, stop being so negative about yourself.
I was going to make a mention, and I've observed this over the past year, that the waves are, it's not a monthly wave, but there are definitely waves when like people join. And so one of the reasons why we're getting a lot more milestone-y related posts this month in particular, and that's part of the reason why Retcon was complaining about it and stuff like that, even though it's not as substantial as last year, partly because Auto Moderator takes care of like a lot of it. Christmas.
Yeah,
January
people get
is-
shit for Christmas. So,
January is the worst month for the subreddit as far as like bad topics.
I'm
And
guessing you also get a lot of people who are saying they're just starting out Let's Playing, too.
yes,
yeah.
the spam filter is very fat right now. I mentioned this last podcast, and I looked back at it and was like, ooh.
It's... Well, what kind of sucks is that the submission guidelines, when you have people who are new, they're very it's very discouraging when you don't understand them right away.
The other thing is
And
most people just don't even know they're there. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, since we're on Reddit and not at, like, a forum, there's no easy way for me to, like, blink a light in front of people being like, don't post your video here. All I have is, like, a red box that says, please read these before posting. And, like, there are a couple other things like that.
Yeah, when I first started using Reddit, I didn't know that subreddits had their own guidelines, because for the longest time, all I used was the front page, scroll through things, and then finally, like, after a year in, I was like, oh, there are specific subreddits. I'll start going to these. And then I got banned from a couple because I was a fucktard.
Yep. But So one of the pieces of advice, kind of as far as the like people wanting to remove milestone posts, all the like basic questions, is I feel like a lot of the people, as they get larger and no longer need the subreddit anymore as much as they used to, because no longer need Feedback Friday that much or anything like that, that a lot of people are kind of craving a more advanced community that isn't asking beginner questions over and over again, because it's hard to get like a connection. And so I've been giving this advice over the past like month or so for Skype groups, and like even just in preparation for this, we had a fair amount of conversation back and forth about this, that, and the other thing. And like the other podcast had like an insane amount of discussion beforehand about completely unrelated topics. And I'm effectively at this point advertising like make a Skype group with other YouTubers as a replacement for like advanced R Let's Play. But that's about all I can say. Yeah.
I think would be a cool idea. I just from what you're saying here, if we I feel like over the past year, ever since the summer started, there's been a lot of people who've been sticking around with the subreddit. Myself, I know obviously the moderators have, but there are a decent amount of Let's Players who have been sticking around on the subreddit as they get bigger. And I guess maybe from there we could probably get together and start thinking up different weekly posts that could not only just like help out smaller channels, but more so like kind of just give advice to people who are still building their channel, like who are building their channel as of right now.
I mean, one of the problems with that simply is though, if you look at the wiki, 90% of like what could be said has already been said
That's very true.
by like Northern Lion. And I don't know if you've seen, but like the past couple Saturdays, I've actually put out like a several page long post, like extraordinarily long. I probably shouldn't write them that long, on various topics. So I did one on collabs, I did one on actually streaming, and a couple other things. And unfortunately, like in a lot of cases, they either get kind of passed over because it's either too advanced of a topic for people, or I can't really say.
I know. I mean, SEO posts about like tagging. Many people when they first start out just kind of glaze over it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the, like, honestly, I meant to make that more of a bigger stuff. I think this is one of the best things that could and is happening for the community of r/Let's Play. Like, this unified thing that everybody can be a part of. Yeah, the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I agree
yeah.
with you.
No, dude, the podcast sucks. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I know. Like, God, fuck us, right?
I'm really enjoying this podcast right now.
No, this is
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, not only is it fun, it's like it's something everybody can be a part of.
It's fresh.
It's fresh. It's it goes over things about the community, people in the community, and I think this is one of the biggest things that can help unify us as a community. You know?
Yeah, especially if it doesn't fizzle, because you see so many of these things on the subreddit peter out.
It is hard.
Just because a lot of people
already.
Yes,
kind
I
of
know.
like the audience retention for this.
Yeah, people either lose focus and stop Let's Playing, or they kind of fizzle out. Like you see a lot of people like, hey, I'm making a YouTube group and stuff, and that never goes anywhere.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'm doing this thing called Wind Waker voice acted. Yeah.
Yeah, and that never goes. But I don't know. I think if we can keep, or if not me, but if Wander can keep mostly the podcast going, it'll be something that's really cool, especially after it evolves to be a little bit more structured, maybe, unless people really like the laid-back nature of it.
Yeah, Wander, structure your shit.
I'm
Jesus
working on
Christ,
it.
what do we pay you for?
Nothing. I don't know. But no,
I'm probably going to make a grand total of like 10 cents from this video. Maybe.
you shill.
Yeah, what the fuck, Wander, man?
We get like 10%, right? So we
You
get
better
like
buy
a penny.
gum with that and pay us in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you.
I want my 5 cents.
I'll give
double
you
bubble.
the one stick of Bazooka Joe bubblegum that I got from
Yes.
California, because that's like the only place I can find gum super cheap.
Is that the ones that have the comic inside
Yeah.
of it?
Oh yes.
Yes. Yes.
They make...
No, I don't want the gum. I want the comic.
Yeah, you can chew the gum. It's fine.
Ugh,
Where the
please,
fuck did my
no.
hairband go?
God, they're like 10 years old.
You can chew the gum, and then you can give it to Ian as his payment, like we were talking about.
Oh
at the
yeah.
beginning.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Done.
Good.
Is that the end? Is that the end of the podcast?
Are there any other topics we want to talk about?
I mean, honestly, we've been going for like
An hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What hair products do you guys use?
Hair products.
For
I use Suave.
Shoot.
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, Head and Shoulders. That's the one I use. I watched the oh shoot, what was the movie called? Evolution, all the way back, and that stuck with me into adulthood. Head and Shoulders kills aliens, guys.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
You guys have never seen that movie?
No.
No.
Oh man! All right, so there's a
sorry.
movie. Wow, this is super off topic, but so movie called Evolution, and like a meteor crashes to Earth, alien life forms start like growing out of it. First, like amoeba type stuff and like plants, and then eventually crazy gorilla monsters. Then eventually some kind of like skyscraper tall horrible thing. And they find out that like they can't stand some kind of chemical, and they're like, well, you know, how are we going to get this in large quantities? And like the two idiots, effectively the two like goons from the Power Rangers. If you ever saw the original Power Rangers, whatever those guys are called, effectively Bebop and Rocksteady are, God, references for very old shit. Are like, dude,
I understand them.
dude, it's in Head and Shoulders, and so they just raid like all the supermarkets in the area, fill a fire truck with it, and just spray the aliens down with shampoo, killing them.
That sounds great.
Oh.
That
Yes.
sounds like an amazing movie.
You must clean them to death.
It is.
I mean, what?
It is campy shit,
they all
but
have
it is
dandruff?
good campy shit, and I do not have.
We should just
dandruff
watch
anymore.
it right now.
Yeah.
We should do Mystery Science
Rest of the
Theater, just
podcast,
us. It's watching a movie. We're only halfway in
Copyright
after the
strikes.
commercial breaks.
Oh my goodness.
I
Great
cannot
topics.
believe the co-optional can go for like 4 hours on this.
I mean,
don't
I
know.
can believe it.
Yeah, it's
Seriously,
true.
I mean,
Yeah, we could probably keep going if I were more structured about this, and it weren't.
And it weren't midnight.
Yeah, that's mainly
But
it.
you're not.
It's
I remember you started asking me something about Wind Waker voice acting at the very, very beginning, but I can't remember what you wanted to ask.
Oh, I was just
Quit
going to ask,
promoting your
like,
shit, Retro.
organizing that. I think
Wow.
I will have to ask you about that one later. I think we have run the gamut, and we're starting to lose people.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. If you want to talk about me, that's somewhere else. That's a very
Yeah.
long topic.
Yeah. Hey, since we're starting to lose people, have you guys ever seen a movie called Santa's Sleigh?
What?
It's a movie called Santa's Sleigh, S-L-A-Y, and it's about Santa Claus is the son of Satan, and he kills people.
I've heard about this.
Dude, it's
actually.
fucking amazing.
Welcome
it's
to
the
the
best movie
R
ever.
movies
I think
section
it's
of the
past
podcast.
retcon's bedtime.
Now that we've lost everybody, how big are your dicks?
Like 3 feet.
Decidedly average.
3 feet. Let's I'm gonna veer away from that one.
All right, so Retcon, I'm not going to be meeting you at PAX anymore. I don't think I'm going to want to get anywhere close to you for fear of that monstrous third leg of yours.
Well, see, the good thing about it is, if I ever break my leg, I don't even need to rent a crutch.
Oh God.
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
Oh,
There you go.
oh, speaking of
Dick crutches.
How did that sentence remind
Speaking
you
of
of
third
anything?
legs,
well, but no, I just you said PAX, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. Speaking of conventions,
Yeah, I was going to make a mention of that, and I'm going to.
when you said PAX, you mean PAX East?
Yes.
Nice. I wanted to go to PAX. I'm making plans to go to PAX Prime this year because hopefully I'm going to get a ticket as soon as they open up.
Yeah.
Nice. I have a 2-day pass to PAX East this year.
Yeah.
You son
nice.
of a bitch.
I bought them like 6 months ago, so
Yeah.
Wow.
I bought mine like 2 hours after it started, and all of the like combo passes were already gone. But
yeah, they
I was too busy planning my MagFest trip, which
Oh.
completely imploded on itself. But
yeah. So I'm going to be mentioning this probably closer to the beginning of the next podcast, and then continually. But for those of you that are still watching, listening to this,
Hi.
yeah, A, hi, thanks for sticking around. But B, we're going to be doing a R Let's Play, or just like kind of Let's Play-ish meetup. And I prefer, at the very least, for it to be kind of like creators mainly, just because if we get like us plus our fans all meeting in one location, we're probably going to, depending on who shows up, it could be a mess. But I'm not gonna like turn people and it's like, no, you don't do YouTube, get out of here.
You don't get to.
you
But,
don't get to sit at the cool kids table. Get out of here.
what I'm probably gonna do is try and figure out like a public place on Friday that's super not like that's not very crowded, and then try and organize people to just kind of meet up and hang out there for an hour on
that'd be cool.
Saturday.
Wait, do you mean Friday the 6th of March? Or
Yeah.
do you mean
Well, like,
Okay.
I'll be advertising it beforehand, but I'm not going to know where the location is, because effectively I'm not going to be in the convention to see, hey, where can people meet up that's close enough to convention so, like, people can make it back to whatever panel, but can meet up and, like, chat. And so,
Oh,
That would be a good idea, because I'm driving
I
down on the
thought-
5th. So
I wish I
that
was
would-
going to PAX East now.
I thought you meant like a Let's Play meetup, just because, just in some random
No.
place. I
Not at
completely
PAX.
forgot that we were talking about PAX.
Now everyone
I've
fly
clocked
to
out.
like Oregon, and we'll meet in this cafe.
Cool.
That'd be really cool.
that would
Let's go
actually
out to
be fun.
let's go out to Wisconsin, get some cheese.
Cheese.
I know D-Pad was planning on going, but
Well,
didn't
worst
get
comes
their
to
passes.
worst, D-pad lives in the area, so...
Yeah,
what,
they're up there.
what I was thinking of doing was making it in a place that, like, doesn't require a badge to get in, because there are a number of,
Yeah.
like, open spots like that. I guess it also depends on the, like, number of people saying they're going to show up, because if it's only, like,
Yeah.
20 of us, we could probably take over, I know, goddammit, a McDonald's. That'd be horrible.
Take over the McDonald's. Go in with like Elgato's. Like, give me all your burgers. I'll record you.
Oh man, no. See if they
Oh,
have the
my
old
God.
like arcade machines with Smash Bros. Take them apart,
God,
add the
those were
Elgatos, record. They were not awesome. Those controllers were disgusting.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
the concept was awesome.
Oh, yeah,
the
no,
location
absolutely.
of being inside a McDonald's was a terrible idea.
Yes. But so I'm gonna make a post on this on the subreddit, but I'm gonna advertise that a little bit more and like try and make a
Okay.
nice meetup
Yeah.
location, and hey, hang out, come hang out, and I don't know if people want to stick around and go to dinner or something, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I am
love to go to dinner
definitely
with you
going.
guys.
My when I do co-op stuff, my co-op partner Martin is definitely going. We're going together.
Cool.
Then my other friends are going, but we probably slip away from the big group that we're in and hang out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year I'm definitely gonna be planning on hitting more of the major gaming conventions.
And that's another topic entirely. But at this point, we're winding down. So I guess people on the subreddit, keep tuned for that. If you're a fan, I don't know, you can show up too. Why not? Who cares?
Yeah.
And I guess that's pretty much it for the podcast. So before we end, you guys want to all just say your YouTube channels and like your Twitter handles, just so people can stalk you places. So I guess BLG, you guys want to start?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Our YouTube channel
is Born Losers Gaming.
Yeah, so it's just our name, Born Losers Gaming.
And then our Twitter is at BL Tweeting.
We finish each other's sentences.
The clever word
because we're Aries.
we have so much in common, Ian.
Yeah, I know.
We should.
You want to make out?
You want to go on a date?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yes.
Okay,
All right,
see you guys.
Redcon.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah.
Creepy. I like it.
It's weird.
That was a stepping away.
That was very silent and not good.
That was not stepping away at all.
That was like face forward into the microphone.
You kind of like hit your knees like right in front.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, I stepped on the microphone in the process. That's totally what happened.
Great.
I'm paralyzed with fear.
Radical, what's yours, man?
My YouTube channel is Radical Recon. I'm sure Wander will link it at the bottom. And
annotations.
my Twitter is at Bryce Leonard, BRICELEONARD, because that's my name, but it'll show up as my channel name. But if you want to follow it, go ahead. I tweet about really stupid shit.
I may
Yeah.
or may not.
Well, okay.
So
You're gonna
for
get
the
snarky
entirety
with
of
me now.
for the entirety of this video, you may or may not be spelled with a Y for the time being.
You son of a bitch! Everyone fucking does that. And it's so annoying.
Sorry. Whoops.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I guess I'll say mine. My name is it's YouTube /Retro Trigger. My Twitter handle is at RetroTrigger64. I want to say something real quick. I've said it several times already in the podcast, but if you're just starting out on YouTube, just keep going at it. Just finish those projects you don't think that are that good, because trust me, they're going to just get better the more you work on them. And just don't give up on it.
Follow your
Don't give up.
dreams.
The first
Set you
100 subs
free.
is definitely the hardest.
Yes,
Oh my god, yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
And it just keeps getting better from there.
and then for me,
Agreed.
the last man standing is YouTube /Wanderbots. Twitter / Wanderbots.
That's really hard. I don't remember it. I've forgotten.
Hey,
See,
remember,
I thought it was Wanderbots
Yeah,
at first.
it's with an
Josh, you got it
A,
wrong.
not an O. Wander, not wonder.
Like, our minds are wandering. Like, what are we talking about? I don't know.
Wait,
All right.
can robots wonder about things? Or, wander?
All right, this
Wait, no,
is getting too
never
deep,
mind,
too
never
fast.
mind.
Abort,
You had
abort.
it and then you lost it.
All right, so I guess that's it for the podcast. So for those of you that have stuck around this long, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys on the next podcast, which none of these guys will be on because
What the fuck?
What?
What?
This
What
podcast
else
was
in
so
my
bad we'll
contract?
never be asked to come back.
Yep.
You wrote down on this
Yep.
napkin?
Yeah, well, I'm going to make my own Let's Play podcast with drugs.
Actually, hey, comment section. If you like any of us and you want us to be on future podcasts, why don't you let us know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, let us know.
We'll force Wander with a gun and maybe some pinking shears to make us be on the next podcast. Or on
Yeah,
a
we'll
future
steal all his gum. We'll steal
What
all
the
the gum he
fuck
has.
is happening right
Are we
now?
gonna
I don't
shuffle
know.
this?
I think the sleep deprivation is getting to everybody, and we're getting violent.
Wait, no. Brandon just said an awesome thing. So much to do with straw poll.
That was
And,
mostly sarcasm. But
No. I'm being serious about this. That would be actually pretty cool. It'd probably help Wander,
Well, hold
Maybe.
on. I don't want to do a straw poll because then the person who isn't liked is going to get like 4 votes, and then they're going to be like, "Oh man."
I think 4 is being a little bit generous.
Oh, come on, guys.
Yeah. I think
We're all content creators here. We understand.
No.
except for you were talking about being bitter earlier on in the part.
Yeah,
Like-
but I meant being bitter in a professional setting. I mean, you're always going to be bitter about something, but I mean, you understand.
Yeah, I understand, and then I'll drive my knife through their gut, but it's fine.
Jesus
wait,
Christ!
okay,
All
don't
right,
just
this is
roll
getting
then,
way
'cause
too far.
We were ending the podcast.
Yeah,
right? We were
I'm
stopping,
trying.
right?
I'm being a little bit laissez-faire for here, but I mean that is too far. I said goodbye and everything. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm definitely not inviting them back. So threats of bodily harm? No way.
What you did, Ian.
Yeah, but if you don't invite us back, then I mean, you know what'll happen.
Ian, shut up.
Wait,
We're done.
Oh
Stop.
no, you listen.
No.
I'll stick my
No,
finger in
no,
your nose.
no, what?
Oh my god. Bye, everyone.